So the first Feis in Cullen was held in 1898, which is 122 years ago, which you just can't believe that it has been kept alive for so many years. It's an amazing achievement by all the people that have worked hard to do so. And it was staged at first by the new principal in Cullen School at the time, a man called Sean O'Kyle, and that was the late Der Kiley's grandfather. It was held indoors for many years early in the time, but in 1910 it was held in the old chapel in Cullen. At the time it was not used for religious purposes, needless to mention, because I don't think the Catholic Church at that time would have been too impressed by the fact that the Feis was being held in the church, so the church was not being used at that time. And in 1918 then it was held in a field above the village there in Reardon's Field. In 1918, and as you can imagine, in 1918, that time it was turbulent times historically. There was a lot going on in the country with the British invasion and all that, and the Irish trying to fight for their freedom. And during that day, while the Feis was being held in our Reardon's Field, aeroplanes appeared and they swooped down towards the stages and tried to disrupt the whole Feis, but the Cullen people in 1918 kept going, and the Feis went ahead. They ignored what was happening and did not stop the Feis, and the Feis, they carried through with the Feis on that day, which was a great achievement altogether. It was a terrifying experience, of course, for everybody, but they rallied. So we have tried to keep the Feis alive for a long time. Our present committee are working very hard. We didn't have it this year, but we hope to have it many years into the future, and all those wonderful young people there with all that wonderful talent will one day hopefully be working on the Feis committee and making sure that it is still alive and kicking in Cullen y Cueve. Now, the other person that I want to say a few words about is the late Der Kiley. Der Kiley died very recently, and Der started his educational touring in Cullen National School, where his father taught and his grandfather taught, and he went on to Mount Mellery in Waterford to secondary school, and then he went on to third level education in UCC and qualified as a teacher. He taught in Cullen Vocational School, which is now closed for many years, then went on to Charleville, and he finished his career teaching in Rathmore, where he took early retirement. As you probably all know, Der was one of the founding members of Mill Street Credit Union, and he worked tirelessly for many years and got no pay whatsoever. He worked on a voluntary basis, and he worked up to the time that he died on the 21st of November 2019, when Der passed away. He was also a founding member of the Duhallow Historical Society, and that society kept going from 1974 until 2016. And he often wrote many interesting articles in Shanach's Duhallow. Der was treasurer of our Feis for many years, and I can tell you one thing: no penny went astray in the Feis committee when Der was treasurer. He was absolutely super. He sorted all the money. He counted it, he brought it the night before the Feis, he took it back in and he counted it, and we were always very grateful to Der. As you know, Der was a very unassuming and quiet man, a very religious man, and a man of many convictions. And he stood up for what he believed in and was never afraid to express what he believed in. So we miss Der a lot from our committee. Tá Queenie Untaka aging ort a yearmid, agus beg túlingi goni onad is a vemid ag comora Feis Laitiarain. Yesh law day go rev the anum a yearmid. So we might say just a little prayer now for Der and hope that he's looking down on us tonight as we remember him fondly. In animal I hear agus an big agus an spread in